26th of September to pay absolutely.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sports.
And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I'm listening to Elegbete TV Radio for undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew, so you love to call me the Elegbete on the Sports. Monday morning it is. We aren't giving anybody a sucker punch like Daniel Dubois did to Anthony Joshua. We're not also here to give bad officiating as Michael Oliver did at the Etihad. We're also not here to bore you as Manchester United did with Crystal Palace, but we definitely will score goals and create goals like Nicholas Jackson did. He's responding to Mikel Obi the right way. We are not going to run away from the media like Jose Mourinho did, and we will try to score as many goals as OG Sinis did on Friday. A lot on the show today. Wishing our very own Timothy Debois success in his exams. He started about 1 hour ago. Hope that everything goes well and he come out tough. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, we're doing our first live stream. There are 4 people already there. You can drop a comment. We will take it. Still working on how to integrate the mixer, the sound on the mixer to the Facebook live stream. We will find a way to get that done. But for now, this is how we're going to run with it and see how far we can go. Having said that, though, whatever you are, it's a Monday, and you know how it is. It's always business. The way we do it on the show, we got to get the business done, get the job done. Somebody actually bought us data last week, and I mean, whether it's anonymous or not, we're going to say thank you. And you know how it is if you're on YouTube, that's where you get the full complement of the show. Blessing Owosu saying right, oh, that's my sister. Blessing, hi Blessing, how you doing? Good to see you. Blessing of Sports Cafe in Silverbed on Facebook. Say right now, bro. Yeah, thank you very much. We've been family since like 2003, since forever, and it's been a while. 21 years of good relationship, good family, right? Somebody who you can ride on the journey with. And if you're on YouTube, you know how it is. Drop your comment in the comment section. Whatever tickle your fancy over the weekend. A lot of games. And again, our very own wonderful guy. Yeah, Victor Boniface came in and got the job done. At some point, they were losing 3-2 from going 2 goals up to losing, but then again, football is football. It is not over until it's over, or some will say it is not over until the fat lady sing. I don't know who the fat lady is, but whatever it is, we get it. And sometimes you go with eggs at the face. I think that after 10 years of not winning at the Etihad, I thought yesterday was the opportunity for Arsenal to have gotten it. I mean, they started the game very poor. Let's be honest about it. They started the game very poor. I'm not one of those who will come here and cry that the red card was harsh. Okay, the word is harsh, but it's not illegal. It's not a wrong red card. I just want referees to be consistent, because about 10 or 6 minutes before then, Doku did exactly the same thing after the whistle sounded for a free kick. He kicked the ball away and no yellow card was given. But if you follow me very well, I hate coming to lament after a loss. And that game looked to me like a loss. One of the things that Arteta needs to look, I'm a student of pattern. I study pattern a lot. And sometimes when the patterns are not working right, you've got to say, okay, something is building here. You've got to find a way to fix it. Arsenal have dropped 4 points this season. Of those 2 games that they dropped point, they have to lost Iman. Declan Rice in the game against Brighton and Trossard in the game against Man City. At the time where they were in the ascendancy, the game started in the first 10 or 15 minutes. Arsenal were nowhere in the race, and then in the 22nd minute, Arsenal scored, and then it became 2-1. You could say that, okay, there's a misgivings with the Calafiori goal because Walker did not walk back to where he was supposed to be. He's the fastest player in the league, but still was not fast enough. Even though the oldest player in the league is also called Young, it's just kind of like funny, but he lived up true to his name as he was walking instead of fast-tracking himself like Flash back to his position. But either way, it's because it's the referee that called him and Bukayo Saka, the two captain on the day. I thought that the referee should have just let them go back to their position, their starting position, before the kick was made. But having said that, that's dirty tricks in the game of football that work. But then on the side of the referee, if you're going to give Trossard a yellow card, a second yellow card for that, which I think it's deserved, Doku should have been booked earlier on as well, but because that didn't happen, so that's a problem. And then these new rules have affected Arsenal more than any other team. And on both occasions where Arsenal got a man sent off, Arsenal have dropped points. They ended up not winning. Yesterday felt like a soccer punch. I could gladly tell you that I pride myself as a guy who's not sentimentally attached to even the team that I support, because I want to have the sense of objectivity analyzing game. But yesterday, was like a sucker punch to my guts. It really hurt because I was already counting it like, you know what? I mean, for once, let's not even win this game. You know, it's one of those games where you thought Arsenal would lose the way they started, but to keep first off the hat-trick monger quiet after conceding that one goal off him and to also run the game the way they did, I thought, in my opinion, that was a good one. But hey, sometimes, you know, it's not just about what you thought, it's about the reality of life. And Arsenal were brought down to earth that minimum 7 minutes does not mean the game will end at the 7th minute of added time. Time can be added, and the referee know why they do that one. They can always give you reasons and explain themselves to you. Okay, but whatever it is, let's keep it going and let's keep it running as best as we can, because there is so much to talk about, and we're not going to stay here lingering on one thing. The Sports Buffet, for those of you who don't know, or those of you who are watching from Facebook, is run live on the Elevated TV Sports YouTube channel. It's because of plenty questions being asked that I decided to do Facebook Live today as well. But the official place to go to when you want to join the community of friends and people making it happen, join the YouTube channel. So it is Elevated TV Sports on YouTube. Join us there and let's have some fun doing what we know how to do best. I think that's a place where you will be connected with a lot of people, friends, and build family, build network, build a community. So join us there on the YouTube channel. Having said that, thanks to everybody who's been commenting on the Chronicles of a Legend. I will put that one on Quicksilver. Yes, Silvanus Opala. It was very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Coming up next, we have either Jonathan Akpobore or Etimesin. It depends on my producer, what he decides to put out for us. And then there is also, for those of you asking if we would ever do Around the MPF again, we still have one more Around the MPF content to put out. That is the one with Ofo, okay? Paul Ofo, the former coach of Kano Pillars and Sporting Lagos. But there's so much to talk about, so let's get on the talking point. First off, let's look at the result from Friday. Last week, Friday, we have the biggest result on Friday for me, in my opinion, I might be wrong, is OGC Nice, who's been struggling this season, finding it hard to score goals, not being able to get in among the goals. All of a sudden, finding eight men at home against Saint Etienne. They scored 8 goals. So, to put that in context, in proper context, look at the league table. Look at what that did, because those 8 goals that they scored without conceding completely eliminated all the goal, the deficit of goal that they were having on the league table. So it now puts them in a good stead to have a conversation. But while we're trying to get that out, Jose Mourinho, you know, it's gone from the special one, the only one, the real one, the winning one, the complaining one, the nagging one. Now it look like the crying one or the runaway one, okay? But I mean, just a question out there. If you can drop it in the comment section what your opinion is. Is Jose Mourinho damaging his great and ubiquitous football legacy by taking out this job, like the Spurs job, this Fenerbahce job, doesn't look like Fenerbahce is the kind of team that Mourinho coaches based off of the quality of the team. It doesn't look like the team is well organized. They played against Victor Osimhen's Galatasaray, and they were beaten 3-1. And, you know, at the point they even had to remove the center back and throw in a striker with the hope that they were going to go, but it didn't happen. I mean, everything just was not going well. Alan St. Maxima is there. You got a few players in that team that you could say, okay, these guys should be able to do something for the team, but unfortunately it just didn't work. Okay, and then in Germany you've got Mainz going away to Augsburg to win on Friday 3-2. It was a nice one. In Italy it was Empoli winning 2-0 against Cagliari away from home, and then the away form continued with Torino going to Verona and winning by 3-2. And then that same form continued in the Netherlands as Isiakma went on to beat Zwolle 2-1. But in Spain, Alaves was not interested in that conversation as they beat Sevilla 2-1. Then on Saturday, the conversation changed, and it was also beautiful in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Okay, on Saturday it was Chelsea who took the mantra of winning away from home by beating West Ham 3-0. Wow. That was sweet. That Chelsea won. They also kept a clean sheet. Not just that, Nicholas Jackson scored 2 goals and created 1. Now, why that is important? Because if you look at the little spat that he had with Mikel Obi, you could get to the point where you start telling yourself that, you know, these things could become a problem. Eventually, it could be running in his head. But it doesn't look like he let it affect him, okay? Because the way he went about his business since then, I've shown that not everybody get bothered with what people are saying or what other people are doing, because somehow he's just put himself in that place where he's just, I've got a job to do. They did not get a new striker, so let me do my thing. So look at the Premier League table. Chelsea are in 5th position with 10 points, just 1 point behind Arsenal. This season, title contender, right? So you've got Chelsea in 10 points with 5 games played. Now, conversely, we look at Manchester United. They are now the 10th builder. They are in 11th position. I'm very, very sure that they will bounce back. They will get off this one and then find their way back up. But Chelsea, with all the bomb squad, the whole talk of Enzo Maresca will be found out. He will not be able to handle the squad. I think it's done very well. When you look at this team, they've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1 in 5. That's fine. You look at Liverpool, they've won 4 and lost 1. You look at Aston Villa, 1 4 and lost 1. Man City, drawn 1, lost 4. 1-4, sorry. I'm sorry. And then we look at Arsenal. They've drawn 2 and won 3. So you look at Chelsea and say, when the season started, if somebody tell you that the first 5 games of the season, this is where Chelsea will be, you might as well look at them and say, yeah, I'm not sure. But whether you're sure or you're not sure, that is nobody's business, because right now they are doing well. Under the 2 teams that have really surprised me coming from the back end of last season, yeah, you could say to yourself, well, what is going on here? It is Brighton, and okay, so we're Brighton, everybody understands. They say, okay, yeah, they could have gotten there, they could have done well. But beyond Brighton is the fact that a certain Nottingham Forest have gotten out of the forest. They are in the city and they are causing havoc, a lot of havoc. Yeah, because so far, last season they were playing every single game, praying heart and mind and soul to survive relegation. So far, 5 games played, 2 wins, 3 draws. They don't know how to lose. They should just continue like that. I mean, for the sake of the Nigerian player Taiwo Awoniyi that is there, not getting too much regular playing time, but hey, it is football. It's time will come. You don't want them fighting and battling relegation. So let's go back to the French Ligue 1 that I was talking about, and look at a few things in that direction, and I could use it to illustrate what I wanted to say. So let me start with OGC Nice. Nice were somewhere in 15th or so at some point, but when you look at them now, they've won 2 games this season, lost 2 and drawn 1. And the opening game, remember how they lost that game, was very, very painful. Goalkeeper error, last minute of the game. The game could have been a draw, but then they lost it. And then they drew the second game, and then they won 1, and then they went out back again to lose. Now they won again by 8 goals to nothing. So right now, OGC Nice have gone from not having any goal, not having any, they were just on zero because they've scored as much as they've conceded before the last game. Now they have a +8 goal difference. Before it was 6 goals scored, 6 goals conceded. Now it's 14 goals scored, 6 goals conceded. When you compare that to the teams at the top, Olympique de Marseille, for instance, in second position, have scored 15 goals this season, conceded 6. So the same with OGC is. And then Paris Saint-Germain have scored 17 and conceded 4. Still not lost a game, just the same way like Olympique de Marseille, AS Monaco, and Lens. But it's good to see OGC is there. And somebody's like, why are you interested with OGC is that much? Well, I've got a player who moved in on the 31st of January from playing street football, going through the streets of Nigeria, from Abuja to Anambra, and then to the Bayern Youth Cup. And then before 2 seasons ago, last year we were together in October in Germany, and we're just having fun, we're just laughing, we're playing and jumping around. And then before you know it, Bayern said, okay, they don't have a space for him. They will sign him, they will have to loan him to Austria. We refuse, like, no, Austria, we don't want that. Danny Francis is already in Austria division or so we don't want that to continue. And Lens came out of nowhere, OGC came out of nowhere, we want this guy. This guy is our next Terry Murphy. And boom, that's that. I mean, the plan was to have him in the youth team for like 2 seasons or so, and then maybe in the third season he will come in. But somehow they've registered him for the first team, and he's up there among the players. Terry Murphy injured his it's tender or muscle, and that just gave him a chance. So I'll keep giving you updates about that team and about what goes on there. And he even came on 10 minutes, very late in the game, but then he did come on. Manchester United 0-0 away at Crystal Palace. Tottenham Hotspur back in the winning ways after back-to-back defeat, won against Bradford at home at the 3-point lane, White Hart Lane, 3-1. Southampton 1-1 with Ipswich Town, two teams that definitely will be going down at the end of the season. Everton, I thought that this was the game where they could get something out of it. They did get something. They got a draw, at least at the King Power. So not a bad one. Could this be the start of a revolution? Aston Villa are not sparing anything at all as they keep winning. Unai Emery, Mr. Good Evening, is showing us that he does have some substance and he can run it on the mill. Well, let's go to Germany and say this. Harry Kane struck Bayern's third goal from the edge of the area. Is 41st in 36 league appearances for the club after Michael Olise and Jamal Musiala had given them a 2-goal halftime lead. So that's how much the company ball is being played in Germany, and Harry Kane is in good company because Vincent Kompany is turning the team around. What Jose Mourinho is mocked as the crying one as he walked out of the first Istanbul derby, refusing to attend the press conference after Fenerbahce's lost 3-1 to Galatasaray, with Victor Osimhen assisting in one of the goals. It was a very, very crazy game. Harry Kane have a different opinion about Mikel Arteta and Arsenal defending and all that, and he was like, you know what, they were not good enough, and he felt maybe Mikel Arteta needs to go take his medication. Something is wrong. He says, show a bit of class. Kane tears into Mikel Arteta and tells the Arsenal boss to take his medicine after he criticized referee Michael Oliver for sending off Leandro Trossard against Man City. There brings my first talking point. You guys, what's your opinion on the Michael Oliver sending off of Trossard? You think that it was a wrong sending off? You think that the red card was wrong? And please back your position by the rules, the rules of the game. Okay, there are inconsistency, but is that a red card or not? Is that a second yellow card or not? Is that a bookable offense or not? And if it is, why are we having so many people complain? That's very, very important. Well, my friend Bobby thinks that Eric Ten Hag is the next best thing after the blood of Jesus, after Jesus carried the cross from Owerri to Calvary. Well, do you guys think so? Because sometimes it feels like when some teams, settle in to defend very deep, Manchester United struggles to break them down. Well, let's go back to the Etihad game. Man City captain Kai Walker's opened up on his angry exchange with referee Michael Oliver after Arsenal's first goal and admits the Gunners to use dark act to their advantage in the trailing 2-2 draw. Okay, what he meant was that they should have waited for him. Now, that brings me to my second talking point. After that conversation, Bukayo Saka had gotten to his position, but the fastest player in the league have not gone back to his position. Is that one Michael Oliver's fault or that one is on Kyle Walker. Again, so let's talk tactics a little bit. In tactical arrangement, when a player, there's what we call the structure of displacement. When a player moves out of his position, another player is supposed to slot you so that when you're coming back, instead of running the long distance to come back to that position, you slot in. So let's say, for instance, Kyle Walker has gone forward to talk to the referee. His position, because you always have to retain the back four shape. Doesn't matter who's there or who's not there. Retain the back four shape. Somebody from the midfield should have gone, in my opinion, somebody from the midfield should have gone there, fit into that position first, waiting whoever is going to come, so that when Kawaka is coming, you just tell him, oh, stay in the midfield, come in the midfield for me. You stay in the midfield, you make the journey easy. I think that it is that thing that Arteta taught his players during preseason, where he brought in some people to do pocket picking, right? This was the exact act of pocket picking. They pocket pick Man City, but Kyle Walker is angry about it. What do you think about that one? Let's jump away from football a little bit. I want to give you a little bit of the background story. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I said Daniel Dubois will beat Anthony Joshua. And, you know, some people, some emotional people thought I was picking on DJ Copy's crush unnecessarily. And I also said here that I don't see Joshua, you know, I grew up on boxing and I saw people like Hagler on clips. I saw the Muhammad Ali video clips. I saw George Foreman, and then move on into the era where I watched these guys like Mike Tyson, Evander the Great, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, you know, great British boxer with a glassy cheek, as they call him back in the day. And I saw a few upset, like the Buster Douglas upset of Mike Tyson in Japan, Hashim Rahman upset of Lennox Lewis in the first fight, and Lennox Lewis returned with that hammer of a punch to his nose that disfigure his physiognomy in the return leg to show who's the boss, and quite a few fights like that. But do you know, whenever I watch Anthony Joshua, I always kind of like, either boxing have lost what it takes to be a combat, a fight, or this is just acting. It's like wrestling to me. And then we saw him with Ruiz. Yeah, Ruiz is the boxer, but not really a boxer. But Ruiz knocked him down. And then we saw him the Usyk fight, and we're like, okay, now you meet a real boxer. But let me go deep on this Dubois fight and why I was very, very sure that Joshua was going to be beaten. I think that the build up to this fight, Joshua was a tad bit too arrogant, too big brother-ish, like, I've arrived, you're not my level, you shouldn't be talking to me like that. Remember when they went on a podcast and Joshua, you know, strolling late, and then was there, they were talking, and then Joshua said something that he was going to give him a fight. He was going to beat him. Like, that's what he said. And Dubois said, let's get to it now. And Joshua stood up. This was his word. Don't disrespect me. Don't talk to me like that. You know, the way he said it, he was saying, talking like he was a big brother to Dubois. And then I was looking at the video as I was watching that podcast. You know, me coming. I'm online, so everything I see, I say all the things that happen online. I was like, is Anthony Joshua trying to kind of like be pompous here? Because this is your next opponent. This is a guy you're going to fight with, and you're telling him don't disrespect. Am I supposed to be respecting? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay? But hey, from that moment, leading up to the game, it was good that happened, because that's like about 2 months to the fight. Leading up to the fight, you could see that Dubois is like, I've got something to prove. If this guy doesn't have respect for me, doesn't think, you know, I should be respected enough for him to watch what he says, then I should be more prepared. So he went on, had to be a little bit of weight, you know, get on going, get on walking. Anthony Joshua was just doing the photo up. And then, I saw a picture of him carrying his title to the top of the White Hart Lane Stadium. Come on, the Tottenham Stadium, that's a place where you carry trophy to. A place that is allergic to trophies. Don't you understand that the cost of that stadium will follow you? And he went into that fight. And I think that from round 1 to round 5, where he got knocked out, Dubois was on top of him, man. Was killing him. And when they give him that epilepsy punch, I think that he went to Ughelli. I think Dubois went to Ughelli to go and get something from Afisere. There's a place called Afisere They give you juju there. They knock you otishe. It's called otishe. They give you otishe, knock and fall. They give you that thing. Epilepsy come out. Speed phone going to come out from your mouth. Yes, have you said it? Like 400 naira. They say do the juju. No, they that expensive. That's the point. The point. Like Anthony Joshua was beating blue, black, red, and whatever color, rainbow colors. It was in tatters. Have you seen the punch? So let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture of that punch so that you understand. I have to screen grab. Jesus Christ. Anthony Joshua. Oh God. Interference. Interference. Aha. In the metana. Hey, I get it right about battle. Do you see that punch? You see Joshua face? At that point, in jaw don't shit. Okay, my Facebook people. Facebook community. Now they see that punch. Now Sam? Oh, you but we'll get it. I'll tell you level. So that's the kind of moment that destroy destiny. That's a place where something go out of you. And I think that it was the fact that Anthony Joshua was being rude and disrespectful to Daniel Dubois that brought about the anger, the angst of Dubois. Like, you know what? I'm going to show you that I might not be as rich as you are. I may not have pulled up enough money like you are, but I mean it. Yes, Dubois had 2 times where he had to bail out, where